you're recognized. Item file item 45.
Thank you. Members, today I am presenting AB 954, a bill which will create a new grant and low-interest loan program to help homeowners pay for vital life-sustaining drinking water and wastewater improvements. Specifically, 954 will enable homeowners who are otherwise ineligible for traditional financing programs to be able to deepen or improve their wells, hook up to existing lines, or get treatment for their wells. Members, we've talked about the drought. We've talked about how water in California is the #1 issue facing us. This bill helps those people who aren't able to help themselves right now. It gets them water immediately. I ask for your support on this measure. Let's help these people in my own district, the city of Porterville. These people have been without water for over a year. They have to take their children to a church parking lot to where there are shower trailers so their kids can get a shower and brush their teeth before they go to school. Members, this is California. We're the 7th largest economy in the world. Let's do something. Let's help our people. And I ask for your support and for your aye vote. Let's take care of the people of California. Thank you.
Mr. Alejo, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. East Porterville is a small community in Tulare County that is the poster child for emergency drought response. They're literally ground zero for our drought. More than 70% of this community is currently without water. Their taps don't run because their wells have gone dry. Residents are leaning on the goodwill of local community heroes like the Beltran family and Donna Johnson and other local nonprofits that truck in water for bathing and drinking for their fellow neighbors. And they have received short-term assistance from the State Office of Emergency Services. But that's not enough. People still don't have water, and that's unacceptable in modern America and certainly in California, the 7th largest economy in the world. And they're also not alone. There are many communities facing the same challenges as East Porterville, and there will be more in the months ahead. That's why I'm calling for your support of this bill by my colleague from Visalia. This bill will create a grant and loan pilot program to provide funding to communities essentially defined as disadvantaged communities for drinking water and wastewater connections. This bill speaks directly to the needs of communities like East Porterville, and it will make financing available for hooking up communities up to water and sewer mains. It will also make financing available to cover water connection fees that these communities cannot afford. It will make funding available to closing abandoned wells, which many residents will have to do, or drilling deeper wells or repairing broken wells. Funding won't create more water, but it will help these communities who lack both water and the financial wherewithal to finance new infrastructure projects that bring them new water or a cleaner water source. Members, imagine how you would live today if every time you turn on your tap, not a single drop came out. This is life every day in East Porterville, and not only for weeks. This has been the reality since last August when these wells went dry. I'm proud to work in a bipartisan manner with my colleague from Visalia. I'm asking for your support to solve the problems for our most needy communities that are challenged by this historic drought. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Assemblymember Grove, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I, too, rise in support of this bill, and I thank my colleague from Tulare County for bringing this forward. I also applaud my colleague from Salinas for making the comments. I know he has a deep connection to Tulare County, but it is true. Porterville is ground zero. I mean, can you imagine when we get sworn in, half the body stands up when they introduce the Los Angeles County delegation. Could you imagine if the Los Angeles County delegation was dealing with a ground zero situation like we in the Central Valley are dealing with in Porterville? I think that we would have addressed this issue much sooner, and I just applaud the author for bringing it forward, because what my colleague from Salinas did say about people having to put these black tanks outside of their homes and then water being able to be brought on a daily basis, because when they turn on their tap water, nothing comes out. So they have to go with their buckets down to the center of town or the center of the street, fill their buckets up and carry it back to their house. That's happening right here in California and has been happening since August. I applaud the author author for bringing it forward. I thank him for his commitment to bring water and clean, potable, good water to the constituents in Tulare County, and I applaud the comments from my colleague from Salinas to address this issue and make it a bipartisan issue. Please vote aye on this bill. There are people that are living like they have been living in a third world country that desperately need to be able to make sure that they can have clean, good drinking water and bathing water, washing water into their homes. Thank you.
Mr. Gomez, you're recognized.
Mr. Speaker and members, I rise in support of AB 954. I want to commend my colleague from Porterville for his advocacy on this bill and for his idea on this bill. He came in and spoke to me about this important piece of legislation and really kind of described the scenario that folks in Porterville and in this district and throughout some parts of the state are really facing when it comes to water. And we really don't understand that until we try to live without water and try to live without running water in our own homes for a while. And you start to see the strain that it puts on a family, the strains it puts on individuals. So this is a creative bill that basically says that anybody and everybody from all parts of our state matter, and it's an investment in them. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. So I completely support this bill and ask for an aye vote.
Seeing and hearing no further debate, Mr. Mathis, you may close.
Members, again, this bill doesn't only just help the folks in my district, it helps everybody across the state. As the drought continues to spread and people continue to face these challenges, this does give them that hand up. Let's help our people and do what's right. I ask for your support and ask for an aye vote. Thank you.
The clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. The clerk will close the roll and tally the votes. Ayes 60, noes 0. The measure passes.